Greetings and welcome to Olino State Park. This is located outside of High Springs, Florida in Alachua County. This place is pretty cool. This was an old gambling town apparently in the 19th century, and it was called Keno originally. These are remnants of the grist mills that were in the town. They changed the name to Lino because apparently the gambling name was not good for business in the town, or at least they wanted to let the town's image get a little bit more clean, so they changed it to Lino. And eventually when the town's train station stopped operating, it became a ghost town and was known as Old Lino, which gave it the name Olino. So you can see here, these are remnants of the old grist mill that was here in the ghost town. Really cool. Right now in this section of the park, there's old buildings that look like they were restored or built as recreational buildings. So I want to check out and see what some of these are. And then next up, we're going to go on the walking path that's down there. There's apparently a bridge and a river that we can go check out, the Santa Fe. So this just looks like it's an information center for the park. You can see right here there's some beautiful saw palmetto trees growing. And what's this right here? The CCC boy. This is the statue of the park. It says it was donated to Olino State Park by George and Penny LaCouris of Tarpon Springs, Florida. Dedicated to the 50,000 Florida CCC boys rather, who replanted 90,000 acres on private land and in Florida state forests. So these men right here, known as the CCC boys, apparently restored 90,000 acres of Florida forests. So this statue is dedicated to them. All right, we got a couple other recreational centers. I know that you can rent camps over here too, cabins you can rent and you can camp. I'm gonna go take a look over here now. There's a walking trail I saw that we can link up on. And there's a bridge over here as well. Wow, look at all the Spanish moss. Okay, so this is the walking trail, and there's also a big bridge over here too, a suspension bridge that's famous. This is on Google Maps. Oh wow, okay, and we got the Santa Fe River right here. Let's go check this out. Alright, so we're gonna go check out the Santa Fe River over here, see if we can see anything cool. Maybe any alligators. This is the first time I'm wearing flip-flops on a hike. It's gonna be flat ground, and my shoes are all wet yesterday from wading on the nature trail over at the Jacksonville campgrounds. So let's see what we can find in here. Apparently this part of the river, I think they put nets up so the alligators can't get in. But there's a lot more down there too. Okay, so right now we're going to walk down the main trail. Let me see if there's any kind of a sign over here for this. So Florida Historic Civil Engineering Landmark. This is Delamy Road. This is the name of the trail, I guess, that we're going to take. And it goes over this wild bridge. Look at that. It looks like it's a full suspension bridge. And it says no jumping from the bridge. So, okay, I won't. Yes, this is what I was talking about earlier. The town of Lino. It was originally called Keno, and it was settled in the 1860s. They changed the name to Lino in 1876, and then after the trains shut down, they abandoned it and called it Old Lino or Olino. So That was what I was reading about earlier as well. That's the Santa Fe River in full force. Now there's definitely going to be gators in some parts of this river. I just want to see right here, this is one of the cabins that you can rent. And I'm assuming that maybe the trail does go in a big loop, goes around, so I am going to get on the bridge after I check this cabin out. This reminds me a lot of Camp Shepherd in Smithfield. Okay. Wow. It smells in here too. This is like some kind of a large recreational center, I'm guessing. So this is really cool right here. It looks like it is shut or closed down though. I don't know how recently these were built. This is the River Sink River Trail, so that's what we were walking on over there. I don't know how much time I have today because it's starting to get late, so I want to do as much as I can see, and I really want to do this bridge, so let's just go this way. Look at this thing. Wow. I gotta get a photo of this too. Woo, look at this. So this is one of those bridges that when you walk over it, you can feel it shaking all the way. Now, oh wow, look at that. There's a great blue heron down there. I'll try to zoom in. Wow. The plant life is always crazy to see around here. It looks like that the bridge has stairs that go all the way down to the bottom over here. Let's see if we can get a better view of that great blue heron. Oh. Wow. Look at this. These palm trees just growing right out of the side. Alright, this is not a trail. See, those are bald cypress trees right there. The roots, I guess, like grow above the ground like that, and they call them bald cypress because there's no leaves at first, and they eventually grow out way up top. Alright, so I'm going to go this way now, because this also looks like the next stop. That'll be something cool. We got more bridges. And I don't know what's going on, if the humidity is somehow getting inside my camera, but it almost looks like that the camera lens is fogging up from the inside. I know I dropped this particular camera a few years ago, so I don't know if I'm getting humidity now inside or not, but I hope this camera is not going to be toast. Let's see as we keep walking this way. It is really humid. I want to see if I can get some good footage of some alligators too. Look up here. So this is the Santa Fe. Okay. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't see any alligators yet. I know that there's going to be somebody in here, so let's keep on the lookout. I also got to be a little bit careful of snakes too. So I'm going to keep walking this way. I want to stay by whatever trail continues down the river. Look at all the bald cypress stumps that are coming up here. That is incredible. Wow. Look at that view. Alright, we'll go check out over here, and then it looks like the trail goes up that way. We'll see if we can see anything in here. Anything of interest. Don't see any gators. Let's keep moving. Alright, this doesn't look like a trail anymore. Okay, we lost the trail. Well, we got a butterfly. Look at him. Whee! That's beautiful. Apparently, this whole section right here is not even a trail. The trail might be over here, but I'm not even seeing a way to get around it anymore. If this is the case, then I am going to just turn around and go back to the riverside. This looks like it's still a trail, actually. It looks like I could still make my way around here. Although, right now, I'm not by the river where I want it to be to try to see if I can find alligators. But look at all the saw palmetto all in there. And again, I'm not quite sure where the old ghost town was. That's somewhere in these woods. We're going to be coming up on what looks like an old riverbank right here. This forest is pretty wild. I'd like to know if this trail is going to do like a loop right now. So let me see, because this grass is getting long and I am wearing flip-flops. I don't know how much I would trust going through this with snakes. I think I am going to turn around and go back to the river. So, okay, I did a little bit of research. I went on all trails, and basically all this right here is not really an official trail. I just kind of went off the beaten path and did a little bushwhacking. It is awesome to see these wild palm trees and all that, but I do want to get out of here because none of these trails are marked, and I'm unfamiliar with these woods, and I'm wearing flip-flops, so I don't want to be stuck out here for any reason because there are venomous snakes. So I'm going to keep an eye out for them as well while I'm hiking here. That's not a snake, that is a twig. Alright, we're getting back to the river, and what I'm going to do now is I'll cross the bridge again, and there's something I want to go check out. It looked like it was like the Sink Overlook it was called, so let's see what that's about. Alright, so we're going to cross these bridges again, and I saw there was a long way to get to the overlook. I'm going to try to do the loop, see the overlook first. We're going to go back down that way past where those cabins were, and we're going to go see what the overlook is, what it looks like and what it's about. This thing really is like bouncy, and it's a little bit frightening. I mean, you can really see, yeah, right here. It's a little scary, but it's a cool experience. I'd recommend it. Okay, so we're gonna go take a look at the river Sink Overlook. What I'm assuming by the name of this place that we're gonna go see, it's going to be a sinkhole that was probably formed from the river flowing for God knows how many years, millions of years possibly, causing the erosion. But we'll see. There's a lot of these rivers and swamps down in Florida, and because of the limestone and the massive amount of water that is under the ground in some areas, sinkholes are prevalent. and they collapse. The land around them and everything falls in, including homes sometimes and people. Okay, we're going to continue to walk down this path. That's a big cypress tree in there. Let's take a look down here. Do we see any heads popping above the water? I would be curious to see a water moccasin too, the cottonmouth snakes. I don't want to see one too close, of course, but I'd like to observe one from a distance. We already saw that blue heron earlier, which was cool. Look at those bald cypress stumps or seedlings growing. That's incredible. Okay, we're going to continue to move up. This is really cool over here. They got the little steps. You know, hiking in Florida is a totally unique experience because not too often do you get to really hike comfortably in flip-flops. I wouldn't really recommend this because of the, danger of wildlife, but it is comfortable, I'll tell you. And because the trails aren't crazy, they aren't, too rocky. You don't need a lot of grip on your shoes. You can just walk comfortably. Look at that. So that over there looks like it goes directly to the forest. I want to stay by the river. I'm trying to maximize the chances of seeing if we can find an alligator. I don't know if we're going to be able to see them now because they're definitely going to blend in with the water. For sure. That's some dark looking water. There's going to be a couple other places that we'll go to tomorrow, though, that we may see them at. Either way, I did get the alligator farm on video, which that was fun. I very much enjoyed it. I'm looking in there. Phew. Look at that tree stump. That is crazy. Now this is really cool. You can see the sun poking through the trees over here. And I like how this trail is marked. That was pretty nuts going through that unmarked trail earlier. That could have been one of the old ghost town trails maybe. Still looking in the water. It's a little bit tough to see because of the brush, but I'm looking. And look how sandy the trail is too. Crazy to think. I mean, maybe these were the old horse paths for the town. Okay. What's that water looking like? I see some moss over there. That's really cool on top. Look at all these. We've got another bridge coming up. I will go over the bridge, but I want to take a left to go see the river. Oh, I guess I don't need to go over the bridge. I go to the same place. Don't want to fall in. All quiet on the western front. Don't see any heads poking above the water for alligators. Look at these little oak trees, it looks like. Ooh, this looks fun. Wow, look at that view. I love the plant life and the vegetation down here. It's so green and this foliage is incredible. Oh, we got something over here. What's this? Is this the actual river overlook? The river sink overlook? Oh wow, look at this. There's a little platform down here too. This is cool. Wow. You know, what's incredible is how close to the shore alligators could be. You never know. I mean, I don't see any here, but I doubt that there's none in here. So it looks like we can go above to that platform over there and the trail will continue to move on. I think that the river actually continues underground too, oddly enough. Let's keep walking. So according to the map, it still says that I'm not quite at the overlook yet. I thought that where we just were was the overlook, but maybe the map was wrong. We'll see. I would like to see how long the whole loop goes for. Ooh, thought I heard something. Whoa, look at this. That's a lot of moss. Huh. So the map again said I still had not been at the overlook. What I want to do is get to the actual overlook, and then I'll probably head back because we're getting short on time and the sun will be setting soon. But this So this is no swimming, you can see. Whoa, is there anything in there? It's eerily quiet. Alright, I see what they're talking about. So this is the area right here where the river literally sinks into the ground. Well, it looks really cool, but I'm not seeing any alligators still. But yeah, that's quiet. All right. Let me just take a look what's over here. Just see what the sign says, and then I'm gonna turn around and head back the other direction because the remainder of this is gonna go through the forest, and I was trying to stay by the river for this hike. Let's see. The lower Santa Fe. Yeah, dark or clear. Oh, that's interesting. It's spring water. During periods of low rainfall, it decreases. So I guess during the rainier months, the water gets much darker. Well, that's pretty cool. I'm going to take a look to see what this looks like over here, and we'll go back where we came. Oh. All right. Alright, so I'm walking back over to this area. Again, this was the area I thought was the Sink viewing platform, but it's really all the way back there. So keep going, don't just stop here, because the ending is really cool, how it all pools, all that moss. I'm just still looking in the river, haven't seen a gator. Guess I'm a little disappointed about that. I wanted to see another wild gator. I very much enjoy the alligator farm, but to see them in the wild is something different. So let's keep moving.